Training has been going really well, but truth is, I'm kind of scared. Running one marathon is hard enough. Running two in 35 days, well, there are definitely some fears that keep popping into my head at night and during some of my runs. So let's go through them. Okay, the number one fear that I deal with, and I'm sure a lot of runners deal with, is the fear of getting injured. As you get closer and closer to a marathon, that fear grows and grows and grows. And it is definitely something that is on my mind as I'm laying down at night, and especially as I'm taking some of my runs in the mornings and stuff like that. See, as you get closer, there's not a lot of time to recover from an injury. And so now every little ache and pain, I'm worried, is this going to grow and compound and become a problem? Now I'm doing stuff to combat that. I'm doing my cross training. I'm doing my recovery. I actually just did a video about recovery, and I'm going to physio to work on any little minor aches and pains that I've been dealing with over the course of training. But truth be told, if I get injured now, I'm not going to just miss the Berlin Marathon, but I'll most likely miss the DC Marathon also. And that's why the fear of injury is so top of mind to me all the time. But it's something that is not unique to me, and something that, we just have to deal with and figure out how to manage accordingly. Fear number two is the recovery between these two races. See, I've only got I think it's 35 days between the Berlin Marathon and the DC Marathon. And that's just not a lot of time to recover. I am not an elite athlete by any stretch of the imagination. So the recovery between these two marathons is definitely a fear of mine. Am I going to recover enough? Am I going to recover too much? Meaning, am I going to take too much time off after Berlin and not maintain my physical fitness for DC? Am I even going to recover enough to be able to get to DC and run at all, let alone, I'm not trying to go for a major time in DC in any stretch of the imagination, but I still have to run 42.2 kilometers 35 days after. So that's definitely another fear that is top of mind for me, and something that I'm spending a lot of time planning for and accounting for and scheduling for, so that hopefully the best I can do is my best, and know that I put the best effort forth in recovery, and whatever happens kind of happens. Okay, so fear number three, literally hitting the wall. Nutrition is so vitally important during runs, and getting it right is extremely important. And I have not gotten it right for the last two marathons. So London, I struggled tremendously hard with keeping food down and not getting an upset stomach. And that led to me hitting the wall really hard about the 30-kilometer mark. Chicago was a little bit better. It was cooler in Chicago. I think that played a big role in it. But Berlin's going to be hot. And I'm not 100% convinced that I've got my nutrition down pat. I've changed a lot of stuff. I've tried new things. I've practiced. I think I'm in the best place that I can be for Berlin nutrition-wise, but I can't say for sure that I am. And based off of previous experience, nutrition and hitting the wall is a huge fear that I'm dealing with and facing going into the Berlin Marathon. Fear number four is more around mental burnout and just the mental toll that training for one marathon, let alone two, takes on you. Now, running for me is therapeutic. It really helps with my ADHD. It helps with my anxiety. So running is my outlet. I'm not worried about the running and the stress from the running causing me any type of mental burnout, as much as I'm worried about just everything outside the running. See, me, like so many other people, have a day job, and my day job is stressful and demanding, and that takes a toll on me, especially mentally. And that type of toll then leads into other things. We all have life outside of work, and that takes a toll. And all this stuff adds up, and then it impacts your sleep. Maybe it causes some people more anxiety. I know it causes me more anxiety. And then in the mornings, I struggle to want to get up and do my run because all I want to do is sleep and relax. So I'm worried about that aspect of mental burnout. I'm confident that during the race itself and during the training that I'll be in a good place. But it's leading up to that, and then that recovery between the two that I'm worried about, the mental side of training and recovery. I've listed some of the things that keep me up at night and go through my head during my run. But these aren't unique. They're not new. They're not a surprise to me. These are real fears. But I also knew what I was getting into when I signed up for this. And I like a little bit of fear in my life. I like being outside my comfort zone. I believe that being outside your comfort zone is the only way you grow as an individual and as a human being. And I take these fears and turn them into challenges, knowing that at the end of this, I will be proud of what I have accomplished. And anybody who faces these fears, anybody that faces any type of fears and challenges head on, should be proud of that fact when you come out the other end. It doesn't matter if you're training for a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon. It doesn't matter if it's about going back to school or moving. I like to refocus my fears into challenges and then use that as motivation to keep myself going and to allow myself to be proud at the end with if and when I accomplish what I set out to do. So it's just a little insight of how I approach fear and challenges. So I guess in closing, I don't know how all of this is going to play out. But I know facing fears is all part of this journey and something that I knew going into all of this. I'm a day away from leaving for Berlin. So today's Thursday, and tomorrow I hop on a train for Berlin, and Sunday I run the Berlin Marathon. And I am as prepared as I possibly can be. Did everything go perfect and as planned? No, it did not. But I'm at the point that my training is done. All I can do now is relax, let my legs recover, get good sleep, and go out and have as much fun as I possibly can. And I'm only focusing on Berlin right now. I'm not focusing on DC in 35 days. Just focus on the goal right now, which is finish healthy, and maybe if everything goes right, finish sub 4 hours. But that's looking less likely with the 28-degree heat. So I think the next episode will be something around the Berlin Marathon. I don't know if I'm going to do a day of or a combination of or here's how my travel goes or what it is. But the next episode will be about the Berlin Marathon. And yeah, thanks for watching this far through. If you did, give it a like if you liked it. Don't give it a like if you didn't like it. And then, yeah, until next time, keep on getting on.